In other news this morning, Michigan is just weeks away from the next minimum wage hike for tipped workers. But a lot of customers are already seeing the impact on their restaurant bills.
In fact, one restaurant in Farmington is tacking on a 20% service charge. The restaurant's owners say they're worried they won't be able to sustain the wage increase for tipped workers.
7 News Detroit anchor Kira Hay joining us live in the studio now with more on all this. You've been hearing from stakeholders on all sides of this issue.
Yeah, because I feel like everybody's impacted if you go out to eat, if you own a restaurant, if you work at one. So yeah, some restaurants are already bracing for that additional cost it'll have to sustain because tipped workers are set to receive their second pay raise this year. So tipped workers like servers and bartenders started the year off with an increased base rate of $4.01. And then next month on the 21st, they will receive another $2 bump. Now that increased burden of costs has restaurant owners like John Cowley, who runs the very popular pub John Cowley and Sons in Farmington, implementing a 20% surcharge on all tabs.
I didn't want to be the tip of the spear, but I also didn't want to lose my staff.
Republican Bill Schuette is now working to reverse that law, which would raise tipped workers' pay to minimum wage by 2030.
Unless the legislature acts, we're going to see an elimination of the tip credit, which is going to not only put additional costs on your family when you're going out to eat, but also will rob restaurant workers of their hard-earned tipped wages, which is a key part of their income.
Now, of course, there are so many moving parts to this story, but a main concern for people in the industry is if tip workers are being paid minimum wage, which is, again, the ultimate goal by 2030, will customers still tip? That's a big conversation because, again, they're going to be getting paid the rest as everyone else. So I think this may be the next topic for our stories or Hear from Detroit. See what people feel about it. You know, would you still tip if your tipped workers receive minimum wage?
And so many people, because of inflation that we've been dealing with over the last few years, I mean, they're fatigued when it comes to paying for groceries and all that. And restaurants have always been expensive.
And in fact, tipping culture has been expanding as well beyond the service industry. So yeah, it's certainly a lot to talk about there. Thank you.